Hello TV family, this is Sean and welcome to the tutorial on how to do better interviews. So let's say you're on assignment to interview someone really big and you don't know what to do. You don't know the first steps to doing this. And let's say you're at a live show and you want to do an interview with someone. You want to get their attention with respect and you want to say, hey, can I interview you? Or excuse me, pardon me. May I interview you? Before you interview a person, you want to make sure that you have all the information that you have on that person. You want to do as much research as you can on them before you interview. Because let me tell you, there are some interviews that I've done over the years where I just wanted to get that person on, just to have them on, but I knew nothing about them and the interview looked bad for both of us. If you're going to do an interview with someone, you also want to have your questions pre-prepared and ready to go. If you're really good, you can have them up here, but I strongly suggest having a notepad ready to go for your interviews so that you won't look foolish. When you're interviewing the person, stay calm. Be calm, cool, and collected. Because remember, you're just having a conversation with this person. You want to be good and ready to go. Don't slouch. You don't want to look like this when you're interviewing someone, because that just looks terrible. You know, you have bad form and it just doesn't look good, and plus you're not having good eye contact with your subject. Let that person talk. If you look at some of my older interviews, you see that I dominated the conversation most of the times.
Some of you guys out there that don't know, Kyle Laber was a voice actor up here in Dallas for Funimation until he moved.
Just because the show has your name on it doesn't mean it's only going to be about you. It's about the other person that you're talking to. So ask your questions, but try not to dominate too much. You have the facts ready to go. Now, I made this mistake last year when I talked to Kenny Omega. Here it is.
You guys have been doing this, and New Japan brass has said that this is okay, apparently.
I don't think they've ever said it was okay. I think they dislike it.
Make eye contact with the person that you're going to interview. Either look them right in their eye, or if you really have a hard time, at least look at the bridge of their nose, or maybe even their mouth. But show that you're paying attention to them. Stand still. You know, you don't want to be like moving around and stuff, you know, while you're doing the interview, because it just looks weird. It looks funny, it makes you look foolish. Whenever you're doing the part where it's focusing on you and you're talking to your audience, you want to look directly at the camera. Let's take a look at this old interview I did when my eyes were all over the place. You see that? Just all over the place. It looked bad. Couldn't tell if I was nervous or what, but it just looked terrible. Make them feel comfortable. Make them laugh a little bit if you can. Make them feel welcome wherever it is that they're at.
I feel a lot better after hearing that. Thank you.
You went to see it?
Yeah, I saw it opening night.
Oh, very nice.
If you have hard questions, be prepared for the blowback that your guests might give you in case they either walk out or they try to come at you with something. Be prepared for that. Go on the offense if you have to, but try to keep it as casual as you possibly can. But get the facts. That is why your viewers is watching it, because they want to know the facts. They want to know what the deal is with whatever it is the subject is. Here's a big one, and I learned this in Japan and in Korea. Be considerate of their culture if they're not of your own. I made a number of mistakes when I interviewed people in Korea and in Japan, and I did not take their culture into consideration. So be careful with that, because they could cut the interview off immediately and they can blacklist you. Let's get into the technical side of doing your interviews. Have extra batteries for your camera, for your microphone, for your lights, anything, because there's nothing more embarrassing than running out of battery power in the middle of an interview. You want to make sure your lighting looks good, and you want to make sure that the framing also looks good. So that way, you know, you're not up close like this or anything, you know, like all up in there and things are blurry. Test your audio. I cannot stress how important it is to really test your audio.
It's just one performance.
Whenever your viewers are looking at something, you have 7 seconds, 3 to 7 seconds to get your audience attention. If you don't get their attention, they're gone. Double check to see if your microphone is on. Accidents can happen. Either the battery could go out or you or something else could accidentally turn off the microphone. Always check to make sure your microphone is on. Make sure you have some footage set and ready to go based on whatever it is that your subject is talking about. This makes the interview much more engaging, much more fun to look at, instead of just your viewer just looking at you and the subject and they're like, well, what are they talking about? We don't know it. That about does it for this tutorial on how to do proper interviews. If there's anything that you want to add to it, please leave a comment down below. I'd love to be able to see it so that we can have a discussion. I also want to know, when was the first time you've ever done an interview and what was the result? Was it good or bad? Also leave a comment down below. And also be sure to visit my website, SeanWebMedia.com, so that you can see more video tutorials and you can also see what's going on through my mind and what projects I'm working on. And also, if you want to see my adventures in South Korea, be sure to subscribe to my other channel, Sean On Site. All right, family, take care of yourselves. Peace and love, and I'll see you guys next time.